school, the LAC facilitators, the teachers, the LAC documenter, any member, and LAC resource person or persons. These are external, or it can be internal. Like if Ma'am I is on an episode, I'm the LAC leader. But if you want someone else who can have other expert function, and your function when it's time for you to roll it down level. The LAC leader can be district supervisor or principal and sees the implementation of the LACs, development plan. Remember, we're preparing a LAC plan. We'll initiate LAC formation in the school. We will be doing social, human, and all other things. We will be those. One day we will be rolling it down to our schools. That would be our function. The function of Ma'am Irene now will be the function of us, our function later on. Facilitator may be the school head. In the case of the school, a master teacher. In the case of big schools, grade level coordinator, because enough to run sessions. She or he shall convene the LAC team meetings, provides technical assistance in the development of the LAC plan, encourages active participation. So I will be asking you questions later on. And she will serve or he will serve as a resource person if that is possible, a resource person if needed. She will run or he will run and facilitate the session. She will ensure that agreed norms and behavior are observed and objectives of the session are achieved, whatever are the objectives. The LAC documenter, in the case of Ma'am Beth, at this point, she is, of course, the member of the team assigned to record the minutes of the sessions. And I mentioned a while ago, this can be rotated on a monthly basis. She documents the proceedings following a template agreed upon by the team, keeps records of attendance, and output of members. Take note of the word output because we will be doing that for every LAC session. She helps the LAC leader and facilitator in writing progress reports, so there will be note-taking. She will devise innovative and efficient ways to document, synthesize the agreements during LAC sessions, and she will be gathering evidences of implementation. For example, in the case of the school, if the agreed task is to prepare a lesson plan that shows a skill in pedagogy, then the LAC documenter will have to record it. Instructional materials developed, for example, if there is a weakness in the case of the school, if there is a weakness in the way instructional materials are prepared by teachers and they do not meet the need of the learners during the LAC session, in the output preparation, it is the task of the LAC documenter to record it. Okay po. Nasamutan po ako. Baka din ako naghahangos.
Yes. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
For the LAC members, meaning for all of us, the LAC members are the teachers sharing common concerns. Again, we take note of the word teachers. In our case, the LAC members are us, the school leaders, regardless of our position and rank. They may be from the same grade level. This is in the case of the school, the learning area, or key stage assignments. It's also good that we point this out because we may be having worry or we may be having confusion as to how we create LAC groups in our school. If it is big school, we can create it by subject, even if it is a learning area or by key stage assignments. It depends on your needs. In our case, because this is a bottom-down, this is a top-down strategy that we are doing now, meaning um, the LAC sessions are prepared from top. But in our case, when we do it in our school, at our school level, we will be doing it considering based on that we are going to prepare them. So if, for example, a group of science teachers are having difficulty delivering the lessons because they're not so good at the content, then there is a LAC group for science. So we will not create LAC groups just for the purpose of compliance. We will create it based on our needs. Again po, may I remind our viewers, I'm always referring back to LAC groups in the school, because that is eventually where we are going to turn our heads on. And it must be clear to everyone as well that each teacher has one LAC. Teachers have the option to join more than one. If, for example, here's a young teacher, or maybe a teacher who is in the profession for a long time but has no history, they can be asked to join more LAC sessions because of the varying needs. For example, he has a need on how to develop a strategy. And then the LAC member with three different needs, she can be joining three different LAC session also. Okay po. Naghahamos eh. I'm sure this has been done already, but I'm presenting to you how it looks and what are its contents. Hi, Ulan. And its members at the first LAC session. So may region, the LAC ID. So ito ini ma'am ay makukuha ang LAC ID from you.
That will be, you just leave it. Okay, but we will be providing you with.
Okay po.
Sige
Number
po,
of
sige. Go.
Sige po. Designation and possession. And then the LAC members, the data that will be harvested from us would be the name, the gender, orientation, pwede na mamay, diamond po. Designation and possession, division, contact details, email, mobile number, and then preferred contact mode. For now, common ang understanding ta po that it's via Google Meet. And Form 2, the LAC facilitator information sheet, we'll take care of that. We will not look into that. The Form 3 is a LAC session report. Pigiling ko po ini Ma'am Aikang Subanggi. And parang feeling ko lang, more for teachers and less for us. But I will just be reading aloud in case na isa hiling na maray. So, this form should be accomplished by the LAC facilitator at the end of every LAC session. Same data from the previous LAC forms, LAC ID, facilitator, date and time of session, region, LAC session number. In our case, for now, it's LAC session number 1. And then venue platform of session, yan na po. And number of members present, attached attendance document. Ma'am Beth will take care of that. And the materials and resources, it's there, self-learning mode. Sa part A, Please indicate the extent to which you agree with each of the following statements by ticking the appropriate box. Hindi po sa member participation, ang nakalag number 1 item is all of the members came prepared for the LAC session. I'm sure we are all prepared. Sila nga ni prepared daw sa irarong kakahoy. All of the members had an opportunity to share and discuss their assignment, insights, and ideas. Later on, may hiling tapo inay because there would be sharing. Although, according to the session guide, only 3 to facilitate and to observe the time po. Kaya, only 3 would be allowed to share. All the rest can have their journals. And number 3, members listened. Members' assignments showed an understanding of the lessons in PSLM. And number 5, the members demonstrated engagement, blah, blah, blah. Mahiling na sana po nindo yan later. I won't go into that. So form 4 would be the lack engagement. It's like a self-check, able to get anything out of this LAC session. Yun po yan ang pinaka-point kang form 4. And of course, there's part B where you will have to put in details your opinions. Like, I need further clarification and or resources on the following topics. Hopefully po, this would be addressed because from what I understood, our LAC leader, Ma'am I, would be putting this all together. We will be putting this all together, and Ma'am I would look into this, and then maybe in the next LAC session, if this is badly needed, it will be inserted in the module kung kaipuhan or medyo a little bit step away from kung ano ang yaon sa module 1 or 2 for that matter. And number 2, it said there, I encountered the following problems or challenges. Number 3, other comments and suggestions. So with this, we would like to encourage you and a gentle reminder on everybody that commitment and openness would be a positive points for all of us because we would be learning much from this if we are open enough and we are committed enough to share as much as we could, as much as we can para makuata kung anong problema, ang challenges sa school. And hopefully, because we are together in this, we can have collaborative effort to find solutions together. Remember, LAC is a professional learning community. So, if we have problems, we're not alone. There are others who might be having problems and they could have ready answers for us. I'm sure Ma'am Irene would have it because she's ahead of us in terms of experience and exposure to, school problems and school environment. Okay. So, ikot po kita ning hapot as to, sorry po, LAC forms? Or am I too fast? Medyo nervous ako. Tabaka sa laang may taram ko. Mayo po ning hapot. Can I move on? Okay, schedule of LAC. A while ago po, I said that this is the first of Thank you po. This would be the first of the series of LAC sessions. So, around 7 June, that is LDF course. For 1 year, let's enjoy each other's company. Ang nakalag po digdi is because we are all busy. You are as busy as I am, and Ma'am I is as busy as we are. Nakalag po every Wednesday of the month. And then there are some na because one of the module, it was siya phase 2. So medyo harahalawig. Kaya nakalagpa kay duman garo 6 hours, one session. And then there is one module which would last for around 5 days. So, ang platform is, ang face-to-face is no entertainment of the thought na baka pwede po sa IATF requirement, it should be 10 or less. So, definitely kita, unless we will be broken down into 2 groups, or po, kung Zoom, ma'am, I will decide on this kung ano po ang sinasabi ko. You would notice that there are 7 modules for LDM1, course 1. Module 1 is August 26, and that is today. Module 3 has to face December 16 and 18. And then Module 4, September 23 and 25. There is a day away from each other, like 9, 10 would be off, 11 we would meet again. And then Module 6, October 14, Module 7, October 21. I just have a concern on this, Ma'am I, because yesterday we were trying to confirm this with Ma'am Mave, and she said that, kasi ma'am, I was looking into the timeline, and it says there that's day for the implementation. And yet we're just starting today. We are not, hello, fellow school leaders, we are not unique in this, or we are not left behind. In fact, I think we are one of the first garo pa or pangtulo na nakapoon. All the rest, they're just looking into the entire set of modules po. But according to Mama Mave, maximum date is September 7. So pagkapot ko po kayo na si Mama Ay, maybe later we can Ma'am Ay will have a say on this kung we stick to this one. Kasi po, Ma'am Ay is considering this a day because we have our schools. So alangan po, just to finish the course, we will be confined to Lac sessions and then forget about the schools na aram taman po, garo 24/7 ang pabantay ka sa school, especially now. So, kung may nakamo pong hapot, we're into sharing, and I'm showing you the slides where there are questions. Wait lang po. Hanapon ko lang si hapot. Okay po. Unless you have questions po, I am ready to present to you the first question for 2 to 3 persons for small group sharing. But again, during my orientation with Ma'am Irene yesterday, she told me that it's not readily possible to be breaking out into small groups, but it's also, although it's possible in a virtual setting like this, pero we will not be going into that. So in the silent mode, afterwards, Ma'am I can call, or she can give me the signal. I may call anybody to share kung ano po ang nafuak. But the first question is, what outcome do you expect from the leaders' LAC sessions? Again po, this is a leaders' LAC session because we are all school leaders. We have to prepare ourselves so that when we roll out to our school level, we fully understand, especially learning modalities, which is the main focus of these LAC sessions. Siguro po later on, anything that is closely related to that might be entertained with the signal of Ma'am I. Pero for now, yan na muna po. What do we expect? Okay po? And then, I do not know if you have read po DepEd Order number 35, Series 2016, which is an explanation of why there should be a learning action cell as incorporated in our K-12 program. you might be having minimal knowledge on that kung daita na nakaduman sa pinaka-details. Let's put in here our expectations so that there could be like sort of a clearinghouse so that Ma'am I could assess us initially what's missing in our understanding and what needs to be added. Ano po? So first question, if you have to, please take down. What outcome do you expect from the leaders Lac sessions? All Lac sessions po. Ha? Again, we are starting now. We are ending on October for LDM 1. Second question is, what are the key characteristics of strong and effective leaders lacks? Kuata po. What are the key characteristics? Meaning, very, very important. There could be many characteristics, but we are focusing into, I think, two very important characteristics. From your perspective na po yan. Of strong and effective leaders lacks. Like in our group, ano dapat ang yaon? And the third one, how can a leaders lack, like our group, provide support for teachers and school heads? Palitan na po. How can a leaders lab, like our lab group, provide support for teachers and school heads? Remember po, Lac sessions are aimed at support us. It's like a scaffold po. If there is a scaffold for us, tanganing maabot ta ang target ng TEPED. We are all expected to do. So, ulitin ko po, I'll ready to tell po. The first one is that one. Nakopya ta na po.
More leaders.
The second one is that one. And the third one. And Ma'am I are
Can you hear me, everyone? Okay, so yes, Mr. Ohina. So no need to observe the 15 minutes because I know practically that you can answer this outrightly. Can we call somebody to at least recite as to your answers to the questions? Who's ready? Can we listen to Mr. Ohinar? Do you have an answer, sir? Would you like to share it to us?
For question number one, of course, I expect that I can get more points to ponder and more leadership skills and capabilities para in order for me to deliver and supervise or administer efficiently my job as school head, the vision and mission of the DepEd for our clientels. So through this Lac session maybe baka mas ma-enlighten pa kang mga speakers or kan mga topics that we are going to to discuss. The key characteristics of strong and effective yung pong bang yung empowerment as at our mission. Yun ang gusto. And then it can provide support for school head because I suppose that this is already thoughts of somebody, yung parang benchmarking baga po ma'am. We can all like me na na 2 taon pa lang nagkapot ng school sa Radit, so that if ever na ako ma-assign sa big schools like kasi kay bata. Some of us are coming from big school, so I can get some strategy. Yeah, strategy. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so that was from Mr. Ohinar. So basically, he wants to have his leadership management and supervisory skills example. Si Mr. Beltran sana I was trying to call him pero nag-left the group. So Mr. Mr. Beltran, we're interested to know your thoughts from the girls and boys. Are you curious about nandiyan ba si Mary? Melody. Melody. Turn on your microphone. Turn on your microphone. There are questions here. Ma'am, buen dia. Now you belong to my group now. Ano po? So, can we hear your thoughts about the question, ma'am?
Okay, good morning, ma'am. I'm from Catalutuan National High School, Sangay
Yes po.
Camarines.
Welcome. Welcome to LAC Team Dayandante.
Okay, for question number two po, ma'am. What might be the value of regularly working with a group of leaders in providing support to teachers and school heads?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for this, ma'am, we are being updated. We also learn from the experience. So, and ma'am, po, yung mga best practices shared by the school heads can also be applied to our school.
Okay, so thank you, ma'am. So we heard your thoughts of the two school heads who have been still very young in the field, and also in search for more learnings. And hopefully we can provide you with that, ma'am, with the lack sessions opportunities that we can offer you. Okay, let's go back to Goose for the continuation of her report, of her presentation.
Um, okay, thank you po, Ma'am Ai, for that, for facilitating the answers of our team members. We're done with the two questions. I think that would be all for the sharing. We'll have more of that later on in the succeeding sessions, which would be, I think, more focused on learning modalities in our schools. So, kanina po binabasa ko na ang closure na piglag ni Ma'am I am I am
Yes.
tasked to be
Mhm.
preparing the
Ah.
slides next time. Kaya po, pig model niya sa kuya, how to do the slides. So, nahiling ta po digdi, the capacity to learn is a gift. Not everyone, no, everyone has the capacity to learn. Pero not everyone is willing to learn. The ability to learn is a skill. Pero ang makalag sa last, the willingness to learn is a choice. So hopefully po, with that, mas ma-appreciate ta, ma-embrace na po ang pigdadarang araman kang laksasyon. And thank you so much for listening and for bearing with me. Tahaloy sa na magpuon. And for the information of everyone, Ma'am Ay, naarahan kami ng download with the help of my son. Ilang beses kami kayo na nag-download with our poor internet. Let's have a good sleep.
Ayun. Okay. But we are very happy. Thank you, Gus, for that. And let's everyone, let's give our learning facilitator, Angustia Ora, a virtual round of applause. Can we hear that? You applause. Turn on your microphone, everybody, and let's have a virtual applause to Angustia Ora for, of course, to superbly running the session. Okay, so you heard it, Goss, and yes, belated happy birthday. So,
Yes, happy birthday. Happy
yes,
birthday, ma'am. Happy
okay.
birthday.
So everybody,
Nawala
please
pa kay
open your open your camera, and
Okay lang, big
Bet
screen mo na.
will have to capture that everyone na lang tayo. What happened to the three? I don't know. Uh, Sige. We have
Yang off
finally
lang po ng head ng capture.
uh, sige. So we can have one group pictorial as part of the
So, wait
documentation
lang
process.
ma'am.
So that we can smile.
Yes,
Ano?
yes, ma'am. Ay.
Sige po.
Yes po. Sir William and Sir Gimo, half lang po. Parcel lang ang nahilig sa okay. Okay, ready?
Ayusin.
Go. 3, 2, 1, smile.
Remove your
Okay na po.
mask.
Another po si Ma'am Angus. Ang forehead na hati na. Rayo-rayo.
Go.
Madam, sa cam.
Adjust your camera.
Check. Yan, okay. Ready again. 3, 2, 1.
Wait lang.
Another daw. Ready? 1, 2. Smile.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ma'am Al.
Okay, so thank you, Beth, for getting hoping that you captured everyone's present. Ano po? So
Siyempre.
we are done with the first with our first session, which is on the orientation of the LAC, and we met, not even though it's not so close and personal, what we have seen the members of this Slack team. Ano po? So when you get to see them in the division office, or when we had a chance, so if perhaps we can do discussions and things. So but we are happy that we finally met. We're waiting for the rest. So far in my checklist, there are still how many, Bet, who were not able to make it for today's session? Ma'am Luzada, diba? Mr. Fernandez, Mr. Plaza, Mr. Palmaria. Okay, and the rest are here. So sila lang po ang wala ngayon. Hopefully they can make it in the next session. So you have been acquainted with what luck is. We were thinking that we can still show the video. Anyway, the video that will be in the context of the school. So I want you to have it so that when you do the lock session, and teachers are not still aware what really a lock session is, and it will help you explain what a lock session is, diba? In the context of your school. So hopefully we can give it to you. So what is the expected output for this session is is the individual learning plan. Tama po ba? Your individual learning plan. So we hope you can make it and expect to submit it to you and the different forms. Yung different forms given you, LAC 1, Form 1, 2, 3, and 4, all those that are for you, you have to submit that to our LAC documenter. So you can have ang tawag dito, you can have a soft copy. You have to download it in the link given you. You have to download it, fill them out, and then submit it to Beth so she can consolidate all of those, and Beth will have to submit it back to me. Tama po ba? All the forms needed that concerns you. And so you have to take note. Hopefully, you have taken note of the different dates given you. So our next session is scheduled on Wednesday, September 2. Tama
Number
po?
two.
Okay, September. This Wednesday
Yes.
again. But the output for this particular session that we have, which are on the LAC forms, will be on submission of this will be on August 31. But if you can do that earlier, so we can also beat the deadline. If you can do that earlier, you can. All you have to do, diba, is to answer those and then submit it to Beth. Then Beth will have to consolidate it for the submission, for her submission to me. So we have the next schedule is on September 2, and expected output will have to be submitted for this particular session on module 2 is September 4. So yun. Anyways, like what Gus said, today she was the one who ran the session. This could also be like but most of it, because she's the lab facilitator, Gus, I'm sorry to say, but most of this you have to run. But of course, we would like to give every one of you an opportunity to run a specific session, hopefully, and actually or be at least an assistant or help to the one who is presenting, like just what we did, Gus and I. So lahat kayo will have the chance. But for me, I would wish to have the documenter, sana isahan lang. So would it be okay for you, Beth, to be the documenter all throughout the year? Year talaga. But the sessions will be end on Yeah, but the sessions will be end up until October, but the implementation of this is really up until April. So as you can
April.
see, it's a really a year round LAC session. And what is the aim aside from those that we have mentioned already? What is the aim of this? What's the use of you getting involved in this when in fact you have a lot of things to do back in your school, back in your family, and homes? You have a lot of things to do back in your school, back in your families, and homes. What is the point of us to learn, diba? Especially if you are listening intently, turning on your mic, your camera and microphone and all, so that turning on yourself to the activity itself. We hope that we can provide you really things that you needed. As you, sabi nga ni Nindo, you would like to be empowered. And one way of empowering yourself is actually by learning continuously, di ba? Do you agree with me on that? So, your attendance here, your participation here will really give you an
Yes.
opportunity to be what you want to be as a leader. And hopefully, as we go along, we can give you all of those. So, I want assignment natin, di ba? May assignment syempre. We want you to study by heart. So, hindi lang, I know some of you have not yet downloaded the modules. Have you na-download na Nindo? Si Isay na po ang naka-download. Gabos na. Can I see a raise of hand yung already have downloaded? Ayun, very good. So, we hope that everyone has downloaded already, and mas maganda kung i-remind nyo. Kasi from time to time, you can browse on it and refer to it if you have questions on this. So, para mas easy to facilitate your learning, di ba? So you download it, and not just downloading, but you have to really study. Lahat naman tayo, we study things, di ba? We study hand in hand. Depende lang sa phasing, how we understand things. Pero ang pinaka-importante is that we need to get ourselves involved in the actual learning. Ano po? So, we expect that we continue to be a part, and hopefully you will not get bored or bored with the runs of session. This is a part of our learning, and I know that once it's your turn, you have to do it in your school. Kasi we are all LAC leader, di ba? In the school, you are the LAC leader. Automatically, it's not for the master teacher. Above all else, in the school context, walang iba. Ang LAC leader dyan ay ikaw. And your attendance here to this LAC session will further polish your PSA, your knowledge, your skills, and attitude on how it is to be a leader, a LAC leader. How can I make myself valuable to my teachers? Parang ganon. You see that as an opportunity for you to see yourself valuable to your teacher. Am I just a sitting principal back in the office doing nothing, just making a Facebook and looking into others people's lives? I'm sorry to say that. But are we making ourselves valuable in the growth of our teachers professionally, especially now, my friends, that we are facing with this huge pandemic, with this huge challenge that we have? What are our strategies? Napakahirap nito, di ba? But I know with your attendance, with your participation, and with your full heart in this, I know we can further further pursue the battle cry of the DepEd, which is sulong edukalidad. We're sharing them. We make ourselves more. Yes, we make ourselves more. More valuable. We make ourselves para kumbaga, the more that we gain knowledge, the more that we can have the chance to help others. Tama po ba? Okay, so with that, I'm saying thank you so much, my dear fellows, my dear school heads. Looking further of your engagement to our next sessions. So again, deadline of the submission is on August 31. Ano bet, care of best. Pag August 31, nasa table ko na po, ano, meaning bako na lang sa level ng ating documenter, at my level. Okay po? So, thank you so much. Do you have questions? So, siguro it's high time for, it's already 10:44. As you can see, we started almost 10:30, right? 9:30 ba tayo nag-start? Or past 9, ano po? So, it's already 9:30. So, we are almost more than an hour. But this is actually supposedly 3 hours. But because of your active participation, we move along, and then we come up with this. So, at this point, I am entertaining questions as regard to the conduct of LAC. Are you happy that you are in my team? Chos. Uh, Pasensya na kamo, napadpad ka mo sa kuya, ano. But I promise that I really that I can give you what you need for at least kahit hindi buo, kahit kalahati lang mabigay natin. Ano po? If you have concerns other than the conduct of LAG, except for Pasakaw, because we're having a meeting this afternoon at Rolando Andaya, 1:30. Hello people from Pasakaw, I hope you can make it there. Hopefully Mr. Aborde will come will attend. Kasi Mr. Aborde is soon to retire. But we're not giving naman this tawag dito. 30 Pasakaw District, mamaya. So any question from anyone from Gus? How do you feel? How was it being a learning facilitator? Can we hear from you also?
Okay lang po, Ma'am Ai. It's like recalling my previous experience in facilitating.
yes.
Pero the difference is that yung pagda-download, like in our era, it's really difficult. In fact, yung email ko, I was waiting for that last night. And can you imagine po na when I told you this morning that
You
wala pa
haven't
po
received it.
Tapos sabi mo,
Oo.
dapat
Oh
ay
my.
buo may receipt ko. When imagine
Oh, we
before,
understand. We understand.
we started downloading at around 11 o'clock when everyone is, asleep. So with my
That's
son, I
mm-mm.
sought his help, pero 3 times nag-fail, network error. So he slept at around mga 3:30. I slept at around
Oh,
1:30 and I
I
o'clock.
I'm sorry for giving you that ghost.
No, wala naman. I'm just airing to you. Hindi naman yan
Yeah.
grievance. I'm just
Oh, okay.
how
Yeah,
how
yeah.
it feels.
Oo.
But I enjoyed
Oo.
it because, yun naman po talaga ang trabaho.
Yeah. Okay. So yan yung pala natin yung mga future, let's say LACFASI, even you in the context of your school and you're doing a Zoom, that's you have to prepare the technical glitches. And of course, we have to be understanding on this kasi yun naman talaga ngayon eh. You have to be patient. Sabi nga ni Kayan, ano yan? Patience is always a virtue. So thank you Gus for
This is
that. But
virtue.
despite
Virtue.
the sleepless night, despite you telling us na you have all these glitches, say thank you, Gus, for that. Talagang you are naman talaga an expert in that field. We clearly
Salamat po.
understand what
Salamat.
you were
Yes.
telling us, what you are trying to impart to us. Diba, everybody? I hope everybody will agree with me
Yes.
on that. Okay, so any more question?
Yes.
Any more question, my friends? Before
And
we finally conclude our very first LAC meeting.
yeah po. One
So, ayan
compliment,
na.
ma'am, one
Yes.
compliment po. It doesn't show, Angie. Your sleepless night doesn't show it on your face.
Yeah. Still
It's blooming.
beautiful and ever. Still have that
Nga,
fresh
di ba?
ba? Di ba? Meron kang ganun, Gos. Okay. So, what about the rest? Do you still have question po with regard to the lag? Okay. Thank you so much for your attendance. Yes, Mr. Ohinar, you are saying something po.
Ano po, kung ang halimbawa po aside kay